Your brand is hemorrhaging money every single day and you don't even know it. Now, here's the brutal truth. On average, 98% of people who go onto your site leave without actually buying anything. But the worst part about this is most brands do absolutely nothing to get those people back into the door. And while you're sending basic, hey, you left something behind emails, smart brands are using strategic flow systems that are bringing in 10 to 30% of those sales back in the, and they're doing so completely on autopilot. And I'm about to show you the exact email flows that took our clients from zero all the way up to $12,000 in recovered sales every single month. And by the end of this video, you'll have the complete blueprint to install this system inside of your own brand. But first, let's talk about why your current email flows are failing. There are 3 deadly mistakes that 90% of brands are making. So mistake number 1 is that you're going to be sending simple reminder emails with zero value, and a good example of that is here with the one of Willie X. So your abandoned cart emails probably look like this. Hey, you left something behind in your cart. Complete your purchase now. That's it. There's no value, no education, and no real reason kind of why they should be buying from you instead of your competitor. And then we move on to mistake number 2, which is having minimal abandonment flows. So here's exactly what a customer would go through before they actually purchase from your brand. And most brands think of abandoned checkout emails that they're just enough, right? Oh, we only need one. Most people just abandon their cart and they don't really do anything else, but they're actually wrong. There are 3 different types of abandonments that happen before someone even begins to check out, and you're missing 80% of potential recoveries. And so mistake number 3 is that you have no strategic email sequence. If you're a struggling D2C brand right now with low email revenue, basic abandonment flows that don't convert, or you're leaving money on the table every single day, and you want our team to build these exact high converting flow systems that recover lost sales automatically, click the first link in the description. Once you're there, you can go ahead and check out all of our case studies and book a call if you want to see those same results for your brand, or don't. It's completely up to you. Regardless, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. So you send maybe 1 email, maybe 2, and then you give up. Meanwhile, it takes an average of 7 touch points before someone makes a decision to purchase. And think about it. When someone visits your site, they're interested, but they are not ready to buy yet. Maybe they want to compare prices, read reviews, or simply they got distracted. And so one reminder email just isn't going to cut it, and spending more on retargeting ads isn't going to drain your account. And so here we have the rule of 7, and this means that marketing principle that states a potential customer must see a message at least 7 times before they are provoked to take an action. Therefore, not even a purchase. They might just be interested now in the product after seeing it 7 times. And so for this exact reason, it is important that we have strategic email sequences to loop them back in instead of having to dump all this money on ads. So here's exactly what you need instead. The 4 flow recovery system. This captures people at every stage of their journey and systematically moves them forward toward a purchase. Now, we have our site abandonment. They visited, but they didn't look at products. Browse abandonment, they viewed a product, but they didn't add it to their cart. Abandoned cart, they added something to their cart, but did not start checkout. And checkout abandonment, they started checkout, but they did not complete it. And each of these flows serves a completely different customer psychology and requires a different approach. For example, the site abandonment, this person was curious, but probably felt overwhelmed. They needed guidance and your best sellers. Browse abandonment, they were interested in a specific product, but they had some sort of objection. They needed social proof, frequently asked questions. They were looking at competitors here. Cart and checkout abandonment, these are people who are very close to buying, but something stopped them. They probably need urgency or even a risk reversal to remove that added doubt in their mind. And things like checkout abandonment, these people were quite literally ready to buy, but they got cold feet at the last second. They need immediate reassurance and maybe a small incentive. And so let's break down each flow. Number 1, our site abandonment flow here. So this triggers when someone visits your site but doesn't buy any product. And here is your 2 email sequence. So we have our email number 1. Need help finding what you're looking for. You can also think of this email as something is just checking in, right? Show your best sellers, include customer favorites, and add a shop by category section at the bottom of your email to give people more of a broader option. Remember, here we just are trying to get them to be interested in a specific product. And then we have our email number 2 down here, the nudge. And so this is going to be 1 day later. And what we want to do here is actually use a psychological trick by making this email a plain text from the founder. Something like, hey name, I noticed you stopped by our site earlier, and share why you started the brand. Offer to personally help them to find what they need. So no need to overcomplicate this email. Just keep it a simple plain text from the founder. And this absolutely crushes it for our clients because number one, it feels personal. And number two, by offering to help them exclusively, they feel more bought in. And so flow number two are browse abandonment. So they viewed a specific product. However, they did not end up adding that product to their cart. Why? We need to uncover that. And so first email here we can see is got your eye on something. You can also think of this as like still thinking about it email. Show the exact product that they viewed, so reintroduce it and include 2 to 3 reasons why you are different than your competition. Here, people are most likely browsing on Amazon or competitors, and so we want to address that as early as possible inside of this flow. Then email 2, we have our unique selling point. So we want to reintroduce the product in every single email and make it so where there's dynamic content so that the product that they viewed is actually inside of the email, again, reintroducing it. So you can think of this one as to have them take another look, show the exact product that they viewed, and then share 3 to 4 unique selling points as to why your brand is the best brand for them. And then day 3, we have our social proof. Not day 3, sorry, email 3, we have our social proof. This is where you're going to want to share customer transformation stories, user generated content, join 50,000 plus happy customers. Really get in the nitty gritty of your social proof here and include the best ones, things that sell the transformation, that sell your product even further. And then email 4, answer top 3 frequently asked questions. So reintroduce the product that they viewed, but you're also going to want to share top 3 frequently asked questions and make sure these are coming directly from customers. If you made them up, it will not work. I know what I'm telling you. We've tested this across many different accounts. You need to make sure that these are actual questions that your customers have before purchasing. And then email 5, this part of the flow now begins to become optional. However, I do recommend to do this because it can get people across the line, and in turn, this small discount that you will have in email 5 will lead to a larger return later on. And so you're going to want to have a different angle on how you're better than competitors. So similar to email 1 here on as to got your eye on something, you're going to want to do the same thing, but try and hit on a different angle that shows you are better than your competition. And then email 6, you're going to want to hit them with a last chance. So this is going to be really urgency based. Showcase the discount, go heavy on the urgency, and bring up another 3 unique selling points for your brand. So a total of 6 unique selling points you should have throughout these 2 emails that show your USPs. But again, do not repeat them. Try to find different ones and use different angles. This is where we can really test to see what is going to convert customers. And so flow number 3 and 4, I'm actually going to combine these because they are pretty much the same. And so this is going to be your highest intent audience. So for email 1, your order is ready to ship. A reminder email, show the exact items that they added in their cart. Big, clear checkout button. So you can just have it be like, finish my order or complete checkout, things like that. You're going to really want to drive that CTA forward to make it known what you want them to do, complete the checkout. And then what you can do here is split this flow. So if someone has a larger AOV, so for example, let's say they have of over $75 in their cart, you can actually separate this flow to even give them an offer saying, hey, your order ships free as well. But if not, you're going to want to just why others choose you over the competition and why you guys are better. Maybe that's time in the game. Maybe that's more people that you've reached with your supplements, more transformations. You guys are featured in 5 different magazines, things like that. This really sells your product here, guys. And then email 2, text-based personal email from the founder. Hey, I saw you were about to order ... Address common last minute concerns. So typically here, people might have a concern around the price. Why are you so expensive? Well, we use top quality ingredients. Well, we could cheap out. That means cheaper results and therefore not as healthy. And then here you can also give an optional small offer if you like as well. Now, email 3, social proof, UGC, reviews, transformation, stories, right? Anything that you can that will sell your product using the words of other people will absolutely work wonders for your flows. People love seeing things that have worked for other people because it gives them hope that they can do the same. And so we want to make sure that we share social proof here. Day 4 or email 4, frequently asked questions, reintroduce the products that they viewed, share top 3 frequently asked questions. Again, make sure these are coming directly from your customer. Email 5, increase the incentive, or if you haven't given an incentive, this is where you can give an offer. Now, typically here in the flow, we like to give a little bit of a higher offer than the site abandonment. So, for example, in site abandonment, you can do something like 5% off or maybe even free shipping. In this flow, you are going to want to make it be like 5 or 10 to 15% off, because here is probably where that price objection is going to last the most. People, when they're browsing, they probably don't have a price objection yet, but when they're ready to buy and they disappeared, mainly is because of the price, or again, they had that last minute just nudge of concern, that doubt in their head. And so we want to reinforce our brand inside. Slight urgency. This won't be for long, so make sure that you do have some urgency in there. And then email 6 is going to be our final email. This is your last chance to save on your cart. Include the offer, create genuine urgency, and then again, add the risk reversal. So try free for 30 days or your money back. Anything that you do have that can reverse the risk on the consumer will absolutely boost your purchases. And then here we're going to kind of go into some advanced strategies, and I'm going to give you 3 that separate good flows from great flows. So, strategy number 1, don't send the same emails to everyone. Like I mentioned, we want to separate flows the best that we can. So, if we already offer things like your order ships free for over $75, we want to make sure that if someone has over $75 in their cart, we don't have to give them a new incentive. We can just give them the one that they are already going to get and active it as a reminder, or like we are giving them an incentive, but we are actually not, because they were qualified for it either way. And so here what we can do is non-buyers get heavy discounted emails their first time around. And so in the flows, if you have margin to play with, you can do something like 25% off the email. Like here on day 6, the offer of the cart and checkout abandonment, you can go heavier here, and just what you can do is put a filter inside the flow to see if someone has purchased. If they haven't, then they will go down the one where it's heavily discounted. If they have, then they will end there, or maybe just even something smaller like 5%. Then returning visitors get urgency based emails. And so again, like I mentioned, you're going to want to make sure that you are segmenting if you can. Previous customers get loyalty focused email. These people already know your brand, they already like you, they've bought in from you, they've tested your products. And so here we want to really make sure that we give them the loyalty that they need, the information that they need, and again, removing all of the risk from them. So strategy number 2, dynamic content. Show them exactly what they were looking at. And so here you use your emails platform's dynamic content blocks to automatically populate the exact products they viewed, added to cart, or almost purchased. And so if we go to the Willie X's email here, this is right here, this little box that I'm highlighting is actually a dynamic piece of content. And you can pull that inside of Klaviyo as well. I will not be going over in this video, but I do have a video that does go over that as well if you want to check it out. Strategy number 3, speak directly to the product that they were looking at. So someone might have looked at your creatine, for example, and so if we can target specific content around our creatine, that will speak directly to the audience who abandoned it in the first place. And this is really only going to apply for consumer packaged goods, I would say, because if you don't have multiple SKUs, or for example, multiple different, like let's say you're a supplement brand and you're selling protein powder, pre-workout, or things like creatine, you're going to want to make sure that you're segmenting the right way. Here's exactly what I want you guys to do moving forward. So number 1, audit your current email flows. Do you have all 4 of these types set up? This is very, very crucial that you do. Number 2, map your customer journey. So what objections exist at each stage? What you can do here, and what we do across all of our clients, is we do forum research, we read reviews, lowest and highest rating, because those are very important that you do read both. And then we look at things that are performing well already inside the email channel, and we take all of that information and try to map this out as best as we possibly can. And then number 3, create value-driven content. So no more simple reminder emails. These do not work. And if they do, they work very, very minimal, and you're leaving a load of money on the table. And then number 4, test and optimize. So start with your highest volume flows. And if I'm being honest, guys, Building high converting email flows is much more than just sending you forgot something reminders or copying even what other brands are doing. You need to have the right flow architecture, behavioral triggers, and value driven sequences to constantly recover 15 to 30% of your lost sales and turn abandonments into automated revenue. And so, if you're a struggling D2C brand right now with low email revenue, basic abandonment flows that don't convert, or you're leaving money on the table every single day, and you want our team to build these exact high converting flow systems that recover lost sales automatically, click the first link in the description. Once you're there, you can go ahead and check out all of our case studies and book a call if you want to see those same results for your brand, or don't. It's completely up to you. Regardless, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.